Welcome back to the NCS for the 7th race here. And we're at Falcon Hill. You ready? Gonna skim qualifying and let's get going here. Yep, they come. Down the long front straight with Hyper as the pole sitter. Got a long front straight. As there they go off green now. It's just turn one gets them a little bit of speed going through one, but when they hit the braking zone going turn two, they go crazy. Woo! Like deep in traffic over there. This Hyper breaks free, leading early with Ty right behind him. Then we see a decent little battle for third. Arn, Toad, and the gang all trying to play catch up here. Just want to get to the inside as much as possible and see if the other guy makes a mistake that you want to capitalize on. It's all it really is here. Coming around the final left-hander, down the long straight. This event, he started fourth. Looks like he's P5 now, taking heat from Toad. But they come down to this really windy section that really prefers the inside here. Because you get less shorter distance, then you get the run, and then shorter distance again. You're going to see a lot of passing on that windy section as Toad kind of set himself up on that outside and lost a couple spots. Jerry trying to get something underneath the 12, but he loses it. He might get another shot here since the 12 looked to the outside of Toad and it wasn't worth it. Look, a big battle for second. Arn looking on Ty as Hyper rides off into the sunset. Lead has already grown to 2 seconds early on. And Arn looking, he might get it here. Ty holding in his own so far. It's the unnatural ability they turn through this complex. That they're pointed in the other direction, just drag themselves through it as Arn taking second. RS Fastlane 11 moved up to fourth and Vent pursuing for P5. There's a lot of corners that are of note here. You want to see the exit off the final complex as they pull down the long straight. You see who's getting side-by-side action. Is Bourne looking displaced there. At 47, looking everywhere he can. As he's looking for 19th as they fan a 3 wide. Whoa, it's close. They make it through. 96 a little high. 96 cuts across the 32, and that's going to create a lot of opportunities to get around him there. Clipper falling back early. The 32 going around him, and you may have noticed that yellow line section on the left side of the track. They are allowed to race there, but if a car is off pace, they will default to running around that lane. So you might not want to always use it in case there is someone ahead of you having a bit of an issue. Let's jump a little bit to this side by side between CS and King. No, they might take it 3 wide with the 24. They get the challenge of this track is setting your car up for short, small speed corner turns and that long front straightaway. King will lose the position to CS and Karibo. He falls down to P18. Oh no, he's kind of giving it a little bit, fighting back on that side though. Racer behind them both. As they get that sorted out, let's jump and see how Arden's doing and trying to catch the 5. Arden's making progress on reeling in that 5 car, but it's not clearly noticeable. As the 5 still has a pretty significant lead on the field here. Another driver of note here is Ladion, the winner of Bristol Wide, seeing his way through the field. He's up to P13, but doesn't want to get hung up there on the right side of the track, especially through the slow complex. He seems to be clear now. Oh, we saw Toad earlier this race, but now here he is, and Chippy just taking both those positions all at once. What a move by the two. He jumps up 2 positions and with a single move, but I think they're going to draft him back. Oh, someone going to make a move going into turn 2. It doesn't look like it so far. Oh, watch the outside, and Chippy going backwards now. The 77 having a pretty decent run here, looking to get inside the top 10. But he's got the 52 behind him. Oh. Oh. Look at the 18. He's also in a pretty decent position to try to set himself up to gang track position. Jesus. Yeah, because there's 9 drivers within like 11 points of each other. Some inside the top 10, some outside the top 10. So this race is really telling of your track position, with Italian Bum needing to be ahead of some of those guys who are in front of him. Like Misty. Actually, Misty's not in that group of 9. You see who is making his way through the field is Racer. We've seen him on the attack. So right now he's flying around some cars when he makes his moves. See the 42. He's going to complete the pass on him. No, 42 fights back, but it's not enough. As green flag pit stops are taking place, I was just about to point out, like, when are they going to start pitting? And he's smash cut to the 5. He is flying down pit road. Pit road has a speed limit of 70 miles an hour. Yeah, that's safe. All right. Now, who's going to make it off pit road first? We've seen in the past the pole sitter's curse on pit road, but nope, Hyper getting by just fine as the drivers seem to file out of pit road in the same order they came in, but Duke actually jumping position and Toad falling as Ladion leads the field that hasn't pitted. CS Fastlane 11 in second, and Laundry Sauce in third. Everyone else came in. So those 3 stayed out. Everyone else came in. Ladion almost certainly coming in pit road. Everyone else seems to be on their way. 78 of Laundry seems to be coming in as well. I don't see any reason for him to stay out. And the 78 is the last to bring it down pit road. That's Hyper. Just now rounding out that final turn that Laundry was in. Oh man. And Hyper continuing his dominant performance by leading every single lap on the book so far. Now Arn taking fire for second. It's RS Fastlane 11. And he's going to get it. He's going to use the complex to his advantage and just take off. Arn never really had a chance there. The onboard of Arn, you can see RS off in the distance and Hyper way off in the distance. Yep. Then round this one here. We get a run down the straight, but seems as though RS pulling away from Arn here. Tayo still 4th. He's having a great run. And now Duke and Vent side by side down the front stretch. I think Vent has the preferred line going into 2, but he clears Duke before they even get there. Now it's nice the 48 to let off. Didn't want to lose any more positions than he needed to. And you see, Duke is right with them because of that. You know, you talk about good luck and bad luck here, but Duke has to be one of the most unluckiest drivers. Here he is, still searching for his first win. He's come second place before, and even started this season, he's been moments where he looked like a favorite to win, only to pit it away or throw it away. I think with due time, the 48 team will find themselves in victory lane, one way or another. This battle ain't exactly over yet. I'd have watched myself if I was 16. Don't want to open myself up to get past going down to this corner, and that's exactly what happens. He turns just a bit sooner. Watch out. There's side by side coming off. Let the battle begin. 16 does get some decent separation though. See, Vent knows who he's racing, and it's giving him a little bit of extra grit, if you know what I mean. All this time, Tayo is just able to wing it around in 4th. Is RS making any progress on the leader? Doesn't seem like it. Hyper has a 3-second lead last time across the line. We'll get an update on that here. Oh yeah. Oh, it's a net. They net lost time on that turn there, so I don't see anything. If we don't get a caution, then this 5 looks like he's far and away the favorite for this race. Who else we got? Oh, Duke. Finally getting around the 16 for P5. Very interesting. Any other battles here? Should be 8th. Jerry 9th. Ladion 10th. For staying out one extra lap, Ladion didn't exactly lose as much time. CS Fastlane 11, another driver who stayed out that extra lap. He's now P12. Toad 13. Italian bump, P15. That's just painful. King, Racer, Jake, Clipper, Bourne rounding out the top 20. Mizzou, Blasta. We have Lucas Cram and Kryptonite racing for 23rd, 24th. Oh, Kryptonite. And a little too close to him. This is P23. Kryptonite is absolutely taking that spot. He may not have the best car, but he's definitely one of the toughest racers out there, and he certainly knows what it takes to win. And speaking of Lucas Cram falling 24th, and Eddie is going to take that from him. Now Lucas, P25 on the racetrack. Jumbo, 26th. Karibo, 27. Laundry, one of those ones who pitted one lap later. He is fighting Cha for P28. And Cha Killer is 29th right now. If he loses this position to Laundry Sauce. Oh, they're both going at it. I think this corner is going to be the one that tells the fate, but look at the 3-way battle for 28th. Jesus. You never know what you miss when you focus on the leaders too much. Oh, this is interesting. Look at how clean that 3 wide was. Why can't the leaders do shit like this? And it looks like Caddy going to absolutely take P28. And they're going to put Laundry on the outside there. Oh, look at this battle here. Cha takes 29th, and Laundry goes back to 30th. F4 Ace sitting there in 31st. Just kind of been back there the whole time. Canadian Lux continuing his worst season ever with a 32nd place run. Wait, Cade in 33rd. Huh. Must be having a bad day. P34 first KSS. And Kyle D in 35th. And Shake and Bake convincingly 36 right now. Ooh, interesting. As the lead has grown to 5 seconds. RS making a pretty early stop. RS coming in 1 lap sooner than we'd expect. Is that bad strategy by the 11, or is he trying to get 1 more lap of fresher tires than everyone else? We'll see what Hyper does as he comes around this turn. He'll pit this time. I think that should bring everyone in. Arn's in. Duke's in. Vent's in. They both got around Tayo finally. And everyone coming in except for Ladion and CS like last time. They're staying out. The only other. Yep, the same 3 stayed out for extra laps this time. And this time we'll see what happens. Hyper out again. He's going out first. Arn's next. Event having to go behind Duke there, and then Ty, Chippy, Jerry. Oh man, it'll be interesting to see where the 11 comes out in all this. The 11 is gonna file into third if Arn completes the pass, but I don't know about that one, Chief. RS takes second away. There's Hyper. Another dominant lead again. I think the others. Actually, let me cut to CS and Ladion, see what their plan is. CS is in. Ladion's in. Laundry's in. As we're probably not going to see the gap for the lead here, as I think Hyper crosses P1. 6 seconds? That cannot be right. Hyper's managed to amass a 6-second lead on the field. Excuse me? Where's Ladion coming out? Ladion actually making some pretty decent gangs here. He's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's P6 after that stop, comparative to running P10. So Ladion has turned it up, and honestly, the big loser here is Karibo, because in the wild card match, he is the only driver who is running further back than most everyone else, as it looks like he's P30 right now. Maybe. Even that's probably a little bit generous for him. Where'd Laundry turn out? I think Laundry's making small gangs as well, as you see him riding with Lucas Cram, Jumbo. Not really sure where they turned out. I'm not saying keep your eyes on those 3, but it pays off to do something different a little every once in a while. Yeah, Laundry, P26. And that makes Karibo P30, which is just terrible for the wildcard battle. Take a look at RS and Arn. Yeah, those two have been going at each other for second quite a lot here, but the issue is that they're 6 seconds behind the guy that actually matters. As problems for the 20. He has been unresponsive in his pit stall for a while, and that will end his day, probably. All right, we've got 20 consecutive green flag laps. Well, this is the 20th one, but what exactly is going to happen? I don't see this playing out forever. Even some of those guys who are like really far back, they're only 40 seconds back. That is just the dominance of the 5 has been ridiculous so far. As now we're going to take a look at whether here's the gap visualized for you. And here they finally come. The cavalry is here. And Arn being in third, 7 seconds back. RS isn't faring that much better. Let's just do a random onboard with Vent because let's see him drive hard. He's in the top 5 though. Yeah, remember that first lap when they were like 3 wide, pretty convincingly deep through the fucking turn 2 shit? Yeah, I remember that. Still green. Laddie on 6. Yeah, you watch the pace car, you can even see how those back guys in the back running through the back of the woods there. Jerry, he's had a silent top 10 day. Yeah, looking out for any. Oh, look at this hunk of battling here. Oh, wow. Look at this little group right here. Jake Racer managing to free themselves and get some track position while CS is lurking behind both of them. There you go, pick a lane. High low, high low. Well, 42 going to get a better turn than the 96. Oh, here they come. Thought the 18 would get a nose underneath them, but no. Look at this groupie here. CS having to jump up there. Didn't want to be a little bit of a car sandwich there. Now a bunch of guys slowing up, hitting each other in the... What in the hell? Mizzou is stopped on the racetrack. No caution. That was a no call. Very unfortunate there that the game didn't call one for the 19 there. That would have been good. The 11 coming down pit road. And now Arn is second place. As he has a 7 whole ass seconds to make up. And the laps seem to be winding down. Now Ladion with RS pitting, that puts him in the top 5, but I'm not sure if that would be, if he can sustain a top 5. Because he's about 10.5 seconds back from the lead, which is a lot. The Hyper making a routine stop. Arn. There they come. Oh, Ladion. He's conforming with the other guys now, but he's in top 5 or 6 position. He's conforming with those guys. Doesn't want to stay out too long now, do you? CS conforming with the other pitting. I think by the time we get 20th place on back, it doesn't really matter what these guys do to pit. All right. Final pit stop. Seems like Hyper gets off far and away first. Arn scrambling to catch up. Vent actually getting in front there as we have some damage to the hood of Lucas Cram. Cram actually rammed Chippy there as Chippy was getting out of his pit stall. Hope that doesn't affect Chippy too much. As look at this group for third. Holy shit. Well, it might be fourth now that RS is back in his position. Eddie back out on track. He might go a fourth lap down, or a third lap down. Hey, look at this battle right here. Ladion looking for a top 5. Whoopee! Chippy looming in 7th. Rear damage notwithstanding, of course. 8th, I mean. I stand corrected. Speaking of damage, that did kind of put a pretty big effect on Lucas Graham. He looked like he was inside the top 20 there. Now he is falling significantly back, or at least a few spots back. Now Lucas Cram being scored in P25. Yeah. Look at this group in the back here. Oh man. Shockade. This is 4 cars looking for 28th here. And Carivo not quite able to get the line he wants. Cade looking. Not sure he's going to get it though. He's been in a bit of a pickle this whole race. Cade just seemingly stuck behind the net 15. Look at the 8. He was actually pretty far back in last at one point. Now he's up here making a honest pass. Good on him. Good for him. 26. Laundry up to 24th with his pit charades. Not sure if he was one of those ones who defected 1 lap later than the rest this time, or pitted with the rest of them. Racer back down to 18th. He has a little bit of side damage. King keeping it real. As they look at this little mini battle here. It looks like it's for 10th, I want to say. Exalta and Ethan going at it. Exalta is for 9th, actually. As now Ethan putting a pretty bad line as they go for 10th. It almost certainly fall back to 11th if he just cannot corner there. Yep, he's back down to 11th, and then Toad trying to take that from him too. Ooh. He got him. And that will lose a few positions for the 12 car. Arn and Vent almost falling down to their little mini battle here. As they're both 9 seconds back, the leader. Vent not using that right line to get around. See, RS is convincingly taken second, but the leader is still at large. Where's Mizzou? Actually, Eddie, he's back in the field somewhere. He must have pitted for when he was running back there earlier. Now, Mizzou running as well. Both drivers 3 laps down, so we could see a battle for 35th. Not likely because Eddie's a little further down track than Mizzou is. Well, there's a little mad group here near the back. We can give some smaller teams a bit of screen time here. 53 making his move. Around 2 cars. See the 15 in the distance getting a position. Looks like he's going to take the 32nd as well. There you go. Out down in this turn. Cade and Karibo still racing hard. Lucas Cram's race has been very bad. Yeah, 34 drivers there. See Mizzou. A few laps down, pretty far back there. Don't think he'll be a factor. Cade still working on that 15. So he'll go up to the midfield. It's Kryptonite is seen on pit road. Now this is, we got to worry about some of these drivers who might be short. Most notably RS Fast 11. He pitted 1 lap before everyone else. So if he defects to pit road first, that will be terrible for this 11 team. He's got to stay out. He's got to risk it. And that's exactly what he's going to do. The 5 staying out as well. The 11. Trying to follow him up. White flag in the air for Hyper. And with the lead, still 6 seconds. Seems to be that Hyper's got this race won. Exalta trying to defend his position from the 3. Ty. Oh, they might get him. 12 might get by him too here. There's the white flag lap. Oh, 12 might get Exalta too. Oh, buddy. Buddy, oh, friendo of mine. Alright, Fast 11 trying to stick with him. That's not going to be enough. Down the long straight for the final time. With every lap led under his belt, Hyperdrive 282 will convincingly take his win at Falcon Hill. That's how long it took second place to get there, so he must have done something right. The perfect race for a less than perfect track. You see, they're still trying to finish over here. And hey, makes sense. The caution comes out in the cooldown lap. What the fuck happened? Yeah, of course. Of course. So, before we read off the final results, we need to figure out who the hell brought the caution out, because somebody must have goddamn wrecked when the race was over. Whoa. Hello, this was after the checker flag here. I think Arn just ran into the back of RS on the celebration lap, and that causes a chain reaction where Vent and Arn both take some pretty significant damage. They got 3 torn up race cars, finishing 2, 3, and 4. They're all probably beating each other up for pulling each other up near the end there. Now keep in mind, this is still when those guys near the back are racing to the line. So, anyway you slice it, at Falcon Hill. And with that, I will see you all next time.